Hi students, my name is María Lechante Huerta. Welcome to this Spanish course. I'm going to be your instructor in this course at Johnston Community College. I wanted to create this video because I want to provide some information and tips to navigate VHL Central Portales 1. VHL Central is a super site, which means that they offer different platforms for different subjects, for example, math or sciences, and in this case we are focusing on languages, particularly in Spanish. They also offer different platforms for specific languages. So if we're talking about Spanish, they have different platforms. That's why it is very important that you focus on Portales 1. That is the specific one that we are using in this course. Portales 1 is going to give you access to quizzes, to assignments, to practice, to vocabulary resources, to exams. That's why it is mandatory in this course. You will have a big percent of your grade coming from that platform. So there are no replacements for this material. That said, you will need an access code to access this portal, and there are different kinds, for example 6-month long or 12-month or 24-month code. So you will purchase the one that you need. That will depend if you want to take several semesters of Spanish or you're only planning on getting one. So for this course we are required to have a 6-month code. But obviously if you want to take Spanish too, probably it will be easier for you to have a 12-month code. That you will decide. Even if you have or you have not purchased your own code, you can still create an account in VHL Central and you can enroll in our course. You will not have instant access since you have not redeemed your code, but I can go there and I can see you and I can grant you a grace period. That is why it's very important that from day one of our course you create an account, and whenever I see that you are there, I will grant you a grace period. This means that you will have access for 14 days and you are going to be able to work on our course, to navigate the system, the portal, and you're going to be able to see all the assignments, assessments, and all the resources in this platform. Once you get your own code, you can redeem your code with this same account. Please do not redeem your code creating a different account, because that is going to be like if it was a different person and I will never see you. So please also make sure that you select the right course when you enroll. The same school has different instructors and the same instructor has different sections. So it's very important that you select the correct one. Otherwise, as I said, I will never see you in my roster, and it's like if you are never present or never turning in any assignments. So even if you are in this grace period, you will be able to use the site and to complete assignments, and the good news is that this work is going to be saved. So whenever you do purchase your own code, that information, that work is going to be there and I will be able to see it, so you will never miss out on those first days while you didn't have your own code. That being said, I want to show you as well how to navigate in this dashboard, but first I want to list the bullet points that I have here on the screen. I'm going to talk about the resources and the slides, the flashcards, the e-companion, which is our book, the calendar, the gradebook, the help requests, announcements, and the details of each activity. So let's go to VHL Central, and I have created a sample student for you to see something very similar to what you will have. As I mentioned, please always make sure that you have Portales 1 in here to make sure that you are in the right platform. You will see your course. You will see when it starts and when it finishes. You're going to see the code of our course. You're going to see the school and you're going to see the instructor. Please make sure that all of this information is correct, even the course section, because otherwise you will be hanging out at a different section and I will never see you in the right section. The only difference that I have seen so far is that in here you will only see your name. I don't think that students are able to see the course section over here, but every time that you log in, you will see it here. Please make sure you are in the right section. This is going to be your dashboard, and we have different tabs in here. We have in here our assignments, and we have in here our due dates. So please make sure that you see all of that, that you're familiar with that. In this case, assignments are due every Wednesday, but of course they are going to be different for each section. So please make sure that you see when yours are due and that you log in before the due date so you're able to complete all this work. Okay, so this is the course tab. The next tab is going to be the activities tab. It's going to be the same activities, but if you feel that you need more practice, you are not limited to only the assignments that are due. So you can see in here, this is another way to see our assignments and what we have due. But you also see that there are some of them that are not assigned, and you can click on the different sections and you're going to see this in a different way. They are just organized differently, but you can also log into your activities from there. Assessments. We don't have anything scheduled right now, but you will see your assessments here. You will see your quizzes and you will see your tests. So make sure that you know how to get there. You're going to see your assessments. Although I'm going to show you a different way to see all what is due. Resources. In here, you're going to be able to see all of these resources. Some of them might not be available in all courses, depending if this is face-to-face or online. Some of them require a little bit more materials, but what is always going to be available for you is the grammar slides. So if you click in here, it's going to explain to you with slides all the grammar points that we are going to cover in the unit. So you're going to be able to download those and to use them, to open them whenever you need them, save them, whatever you prefer to study for your exam or your assignments. Okay, so you're going to see in here Spanish nouns. It's going to give you the explanation. It's going to give you examples and so on. You have in here Estructura 1.2. Estructura 1.3 y Estructura 1.4. Those are 4 topics that we're going to cover in Unit 1, and that is going to happen for each unit. We usually have 4 topics that you're going to find in your Resources tab. Vocabulary tools, that's another tab that is really interesting and really important. You're going to have your vocab. And if we're talking in this particular moment about lesson 1, you're going to see your whole vocabulary list for the unit. We have 110 words for this lesson 1, so it's very important that you focus on the one that you want to really practice for the day. So if you see, we have a lot of information, a lot of vocabulary for unit 1. If you don't want to study all of this, you can unselect this and you're going to be left with the words that you do want to practice at the moment. Another cool feature that I like is the flashcards. For example, in here we're left with 28 words. Those are the words that I want to study for the day. So I'm going to go to the flashcards and it's going to shuffle those words that I want to practice. I can listen to the pronunciation here.
Ciao.
And I can flip the flashcard and see what it means. If I know it, I can say I know it and it won't appear anymore. Or I can say I don't know it yet, and then it will shuffle it again.
Buenas noches.
In here, the goal is to practice to pronounce along with the flashcards and to see if we get it right, to quiz ourselves, and to make sure that we are learning the vocabulary for the unit. eCompanion is our book. If you click in there, you're going to be able to access our book. You can flip the page like a regular book in here. So you're going to be able to access that. If you want to study a specific section, go there. And the important part in here is that it will also have a list of vocabulary. At the very end of each unit, so for example in here, Unit 2 is starting, so the very last page for Unit 1 is the vocabulary page. You can go there, you can use these buttons to navigate better and see better. You can also use the zoom and see all the vocabulary that we are going to study this unit. So that's another way that you can study the vocab besides the flashcards that are going to be here in vocabulary tools or the eCompanion, remember? Now, another cool feature is the calendar. If you go there, you're going to be able to see the dates that we have assignments to, okay? So you're going to be able to see that we have some assignments over there and a roughly estimate of the time that is going to take us. If you see that it's taking you 5 hours or 7 hours, please talk to me if you're stuck and we can sort it out. We can talk about the content so you feel better to complete these assignments, because I don't want you to spend lots and lots of time trying to complete this. This is the whole time for the whole week, so it is expected that you practice on these activities 2 to 3 hours. It will depend on your section. That is going to be the calendar. So far it says practice, but if you go, for example, on the next month, you're going to see that you have quizzes, that you have lesson tests, that you have practice. You will also see your announcements here. So it is very important that you keep a look, keep an eye on the calendar. This is important. Grades. You're going to see your gradebook here. You're going to see how many you have submitted. For example, in here, obviously I have 0 because I just created the sample student to give you this information, but you're going to be able to see here your grade. This is not going to be your course grade. This is going to be your VHL Central grade, so don't get confused with that. But you're going to see your scores in the practice section, in the quizzes section, in the lesson tests. But most importantly, you're going to be able to see how many assignments have been assigned, how many you have submitted on time, how many you have submitted late, and if I have accepted this late work. And late work always has a penalty, so please make sure that you see your syllabus for that. And the ones that you have not submitted. So I see the same information, and I will be able to tell how many assignments you have submitted, how many you have missed, and so on. And I can also see the time that you have spent on this website. And last but not least, you're going to have your announcements here, and you're going to be able to see all the announcements that I have posted. And you can also access that over here. You can see in here your grades. Obviously we don't have any grades in here, and assignments over here. So that's all I wanted to say. I hope that this was helpful to you, and see you in our class.